Well, friend, now today we are going to learn about North America. It is a geographical feature. So let us talk about an overview of this continent. If we talk about North America and its physical feature, as I have shown you in this globe, so it is largest continent of the world, and it is entirely lies in northern as well as western hemisphere of the world. So let me talk about this triangular continent, longitudinal and latitudinal position. You could see this southernmost portion of this region it has been attached by isthmus of Panama with South America, and location, if we talk here, it is the south degree to 7 degree towards the north, and it goes up to northern hemisphere, which meet in Arctic Ocean. You might have seen this North American regions of Greenland, 80 degree towards the north. So if I talk about its territory, then its territory is 24,23,700 square kilometer. It stretches to this, and you could see Arctic Circle is here, which is the 66 1 by 2 degree towards the north. And if you could see Tropic of Cancer, then Tropic of Cancer lies here, and it is 23 1 by 2 degree towards the north. These are the two major latitude which pass respectively through this continent. And if we talk about longitudinal variations, friend, then you could see the 100 degree. Okay, this 100 degree western longitude roughly divide this continent into two equal halves, east and west. Okay, this longitude goes through 100 degree longitude, passes through between this continent. And before talking this, let us talk about some its speciality or its boundaries, and I am talking here about the boundaries of this continent before talking that. Now let me show you the boundary of this continent, and from the eastward, as you see from the eastward, this continent being surrounded its area by Atlantic Ocean on its eastern side. And as you see, it's from western side, there lies a Pacific Ocean. This Pacific Ocean is here, this entire Pacific Ocean. And from its northern side, you could see it's a Beaufort Sea over here, Beaufort Sea. Eastward, it has been separated from Russia or Asia, I mean, by Bering Strait, okay, or Bering Sea is there, which it has been separated from Asia. And Beaufort Sea lies in its north, and altogether it's Arctic Ocean on its northern side, and it has been separated to South America by narrow isthmus of Panama, which is separated from South America. So these are the locations of that, and later it was been developed Panama Canal. This Panama Canal, if I tell you about Panama Canal, it has been made the western part of America to the accessible to the eastern part of Europe, western part of Europe. So it been the shortest way. If the Panama Canal has not been made, then it have to go through the Cape Horn of South America, and trade route becomes long. If we talk about the country, and then the country, it contains 23 country. Its biggest country of this is Canada, United States of America, Mexico, and Greenland. These are the big country. Besides these, there are 23 countries on this continent. Christopher Columbus, who had discovered this continent, unlikely in 1492, because he was in the voyage of India, and he had landed in this new continent in West Indies island. So he had named it as it has been named as a West Indies, but it is not Indies. It is Indies of the West. Okay, later on, many European, African, Asian people had been migrated from there, mixing so many cultures, mixing of so many races, and the civilization has given the new birth of the place. If we talk about physical features, and then before talking about physical features, let me show you some physical features of North America. I mean, the Appalachian Mountain. If we see, let me show you the land features of area of Appalachian Mountain range. That Appalachian Mountain, which is known as the Eastern Highland, it is made of a fold mountain, old fold mountains full of rock, and it has been eroded and changed into the different structure by denudation process, and it started from Newfoundland to the area of Alabama, which is a 2100 meter long. The region is made up of three highlands. There is the plateau of Greenland, and another one is extreme. It is in the north, and a Livingston Mountain and Labrador plateaus are in the center, and the Appalachian Mountain in the south. These, if you talk about this Eastern Mountain region, contain the all areas of this region. So this Eastern Marginal Highland, they are a fertile Atlantic coast plain, and it emerges in, this is the Atlantic region, and it is changed into the Atlantic coast range, and there we see the various rivers will meet in there at the bank of the city. Various cities are there at the bank of river. Harbors are there. St. Lawrence is the busiest water river system in the world. You could see here that St. Lawrence basin and St. Lawrence river. It is the invisible busiest water lane in the term of navigation. It is. You could see this here. Yeah, this is St. Lawrence river. Okay, the St. Lawrence river, which provides the navigation. Ship sails on here, and it goes. The ship finally reaches at Lake Superior. Okay, it goes up to Lake Superior. Here you could see, and this ship could be easily sent. And this another thing. This river provides border between United States of America and Canada too. International boundary, you could see. Yeah, this river originated from Lake Superior. Okay, the man-made canal here, Sumari Canal. These are the water lane you could see, and between these two, and finally it reached to the Lake Superior. This is the Lake Superior. This one, last one. Yeah, this is the lake region of this continent. Now, so here we could see there. Now another thing, if we talk about the beside this river, now River Nelson, which is drain in Canadian Seal, Hudson Bay. Let me show you Hudson Bay here. This one is the Hudson Bay, which lies in Canada, northern part of Canada. So this Hudson Bay, here Connecticut, Delaware, Potomac are the rivers. They mostly drain towards the east, and some of the river which I told you about, the Nelson River, it Canadian Seal, and where it lies in Hudson Bay. Okay, this Hudson Bay in Canadian Seal. So there are so many rivers in this region. If we talk about central lowland of this region, then central lowland of this region, I mean the central part of this and this is the area between Canada and USA, central lowland. This greenish area is a lowland. You could see Rockies Mountains are there. So this is the region which started from. This is the undulating plain. Starting, it is from Gulf of Mexico in the south and in Hudson Bay. As I have shown you Hudson Bay, and let me show you Gulf of Mexico. This one is the Gulf of Mexico. This region is known as the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, there is the name also. You could see Gulf of Mexico on the region. So this plain, central plain, lies from Hudson Bay to Gulf of Mexico. These are the region. This green area you could see, and this is lowland of this continent. And so this been river you could see the high flowing rivers are there. Towards its south, the grassland, and that grassland is known as a prairie grassland, and river is known as a Mississippi River. Before going anywhere, let me show you river Mississippi. You could see Mississippi River in the central area of this continent. The river, it is known as Mississippi River. Let me show you Mississippi. Yeah, now you could see clearly Mississippi River, and it merges in Gulf of Mexico. There are tributaries of this Mississippi River. You could see its tributaries, and joining these tributaries, so many tributaries in central plain, it passes through, and finally it's empty, and the deltatic plain made by this same Mississippi River, and this Mississippi River merges in Gulf of Mexico. See, now let me show you the way where you could easily see the way of this, and finally this river being merged in this is the delta of Mississippi. Here this is the region where this Mississippi River merges. In this you could see easily. Yeah, deltatic plain been made by river Mississippi. See how it merges in the river. So beside Mississippi, okay, it is the biggest river and longest river, that is 7,600 kilometers, biggest and the longest river of this continent. The whole central regions been irrigated by the rivers and its tributaries. Let me talk you Missouri, Arkansas, Ohio, Red, Tennessee. These are the river. These regions have another river called the Rio Grande, which originated from high hills of Rockies, and that been emptied in Gulf of Mexico. The region is called the lake region. If I told you about the lake region, then I have to show you the lake region. You could see this lake region. Okay, I'm very clearly showing lake regions, and these lake regions it works at the natural boundaries of these two big country, United States of America with Canada, and there the chief lakes are of this. You could see, let me show you, this is the Superior Lake, as you could read the name also there. Superior Lake, this big one, and this is the combination of five other lakes, friend. Okay, this big one being Superior Lake, and there you could see the other place of this. As I've been told you, the Niagara Falls, the beautiful falls, also lies between the Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Okay, this is the Lake Michigan. Okay, let me tell you, this Michigan, Erie, and there other place on this river, a beautiful place which I told you about, Niagara Falls, and this is joined to form the busiest water lane, that is river St. Lawrence, which is a navigable river. Okay, and before going anywhere, let me see you the Niagara Falls also. Now, friend, Niagara Falls, that I have suggested you Niagara Falls, yeah. And this is the lane, busiest water lane, or you could see it as a river, that means the river River St. Lawrence, okay, Niagara Falls. Mm. This is the most highly advanced spots. Niagara Falls there, and the visualize is given here. Yeah, Niagara Falls. Let me show you Niagara Falls scenery as I have shown you the place, that place, Niagara Falls, clearly, as you have seen here. Yeah. Now another lake we were talking about, the place in Canada that lake lies, and the name of a lake that is Great Slave Lakes, Great Bear Lakes, and Lake Nipigon, Lake Abastas, Lake Reindeers, and Lake Winnipeg are in the other parts of this continent. Now, if we are talking about this, another lakes, so many lakes are here in the central part of this continent, you see. Now, if we talk about the western mountain regions, and this western mountain region, I have to show you this. This region is from Alaska. This is Alaska, and that up to which I have shown you the previously this narrow isthmus of Panama up to there to here. This region complete with the three mountain series called the Cordillera, and which runs parallel from each other north to south, and they are the coastal range of the west highland middle, and the Rockies in the east, and the Rockies mountain range is the 4,800 meter long, and it prone to stiffer in the active volcanoes. It is been made by the region of earthquake. The mountains regions, many range, peaks and canyons, plateaus of the river, as well as, and the main mountain range of this southern is a Brook, Alaskans, Mackenzie's, Cherokee, Cascade, Sierra Nevadas, okay, are the places you could see on these places, okay, continuously. So the highest peak of North America is Mount McKinley. That is known as the highest peak of North America, okay, which lies in Alaska. And before, let me show you. Yeah, friend, this is the highest peak ever you could see in this continent, and that is known as Mount McKinley, and it is the apex point of North America, which lies in Alaska. You could see it is the top of North America. And Mount McKinley, tremendously the Death Valley. If I talk about the physical features of this continent, then I should show you the Death Valley. Now, friend, this is Death Valley, okay, which is 200 meter below the mean sea level, and it lies in the deserts. The desert is the part of this, and let me show you these features. And totally barren is there. You could not find anything grown in Death Valley. And another feature, let me talk you the second deepest goose of the world. That second deepest goose of the world, that is known as the Great Canyon, and that Grand Canyon, of Colorado River. Now you could see Grand Canyon there. Yeah, Grand Canyon this is. You have seen the physical features, and relatively nearly it has been shown you the cities there. Lying area, you easily see this is the Grand Canyon, and this deepest goes been made by this I-shaped valley, been made by Colorado River. And okay, clearly in North American map you could see the locations. The red marks is there, which shows you the locations of Grand Canyon where it lies, and this Colorado River being merged in Californian Bay of California. Now, so various land features it contain, okay, and the source of the various perennial river, as I have told you, the Yukon, Columbia, Fraser, Colorado, that merge in the Pacific Ocean. It has lots of variations of climates, lots of variations of you could see lots of variations of vegetations also. So if I told you about this continent, it's extreme northern part of the USA and Canada. This northern part you could see icy part of Canada, ice full of ice, and it's a Baffin Island, Victorian Island also contain ice, and Alaska also. In this region's here is the tundra vegetation. Tundra means treeless plain. That plain which doesn't contain tree. Northern part of Canada, it is a taiga. Coniferous forest is known as a taiga. Okay, the coniferous forest, once again, which is found in a Siberian plain, that is known as a taiga. Okay, don't be any confusion. The Siberian plain, which consists the land territory, that land territory which lies from Asia or Siberian Asia to the region of Alaska. This region, it is somewhere known as a name of a boreal, somewhere it is known as a name of taiga. So the taiga means dark woodland of conifer forest. That is, it is a Russian word, taiga. Central plain, it is a parish, it is a grassland, temperate grassland. It is found in Central America. I mean, it is originated from Hudson Bay to Gulf of Mexico at the central part between the upper eastern highland and western highlands. And that is from southeast of St. Lawrence. These are for St. Lawrence, and this eastern part, southeastern part of this region, it contains the deciduous forest. Central southern eastern part is called tropical evergreen forest. If we call southern part, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Belize, Honduras, this area it contains tropical evergreen vegetation. If we talk about the western system, you could see mountain regions are there. Easily it is a mountain region, and it could contain mountain region. If we talk about eastern part of this continent, in the eastern island, it contains the mixed for vegetation. Thank you a lot of friend being